Thousands of years ago, a man saw something in the sky he couldn't explain. What did Ezekiel see? Could it have been extraterrestrials? This is the mysterious story of Ezekiel's vision. Join us today for our latest YouTube documentary as we explore whether the prophet Ezekiel had an alien encounter when he witnessed the apocalypse. The book of Ezekiel is the third in the series of books in the Hebrew Bible named for prophets. It tells the story of the last days of the kingdom of Judah before its destruction and exile by the Babylonians. The narrative is filled with apocalyptic visions, symbolic imagery, and prophecies that continue to captivate readers thousands of years later. Born in the mid-6th century BC in the small town of Tel Gazar, not far from Jerusalem, Ezekiel, his life changed dramatically when King Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon invaded his homeland and deported many of its people, including some of Ezekiel's closest family members. Now, living in exile, Ezekiel was faced with the daunting task of leading his fellow Jews who had survived the Babylonian invasion. During this time, he began to receive a series of extraordinary visions that would become the foundation for the book that bears his name. One day, while he was prophesying to the Jewish exiles, Ezekiel looked up into the sky and saw a vision so awe-inspiring that it would forever change his understanding of the divine. In the book, there are 48 chapters attributed to the prophet. However, it is in the first chapter that we find the most enigmatic account of all. Chapter 1, verse 3. Through a vision in the night, behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, having a voice of roaring lions, and 4 living creatures whose task was to go each straight forward, each having 4 wings, each with 4 feet, and each like the hand of a man under their bodies. Their feet were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the sole of calf's feet, and they sparkled like burnished bronze. And they had the appearance of 4 chariots coming from between the north and south. As the fire flashes and sparks arise among the stubble, they went in their direction. Then the heads of the 4 living creatures were like human heads, and each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the soles of calf's feet. They glistened as if made of bronze, and each one had 4 hands, and each of them, under their 4 sides, had 2 pairs of wings that touched one another. So each of them went straight forward without turning as they went. Ezekiel described what he was seeing in great detail, hoping to convey the full experience to his listeners. He depicted these creatures as having a wheel within a wheel, flashing metal parts and faces that were both human and animal. Some believe that what Ezekiel saw were UFOs. Here's why. First, we see the mention of a wheel within a wheel, and this could be interpreted as a disc-shaped flying object, which is a common description of UFOs. Then, when describing the visions further, we learn that the wheels flashed. Metallic flashing lights are often reported by UFO witnesses, which may indicate some advanced technology. Later in the passage, Ezekiel describes seeing living creatures with 4 faces. These creatures are often depicted as having 4 wings and 4 feet, which could be interpreted as a type of aerial vehicle. Before we continue, we'd like to thank our supporters for their support. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to show us your support so that we can keep bringing you videos like this one. What do you think? Could it be possible that the prophet Ezekiel saw extraterrestrials in the sky? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. In the centuries since Ezekiel's vision was recorded, it has been interpreted in a variety of ways. Many theologians and scholars have offered their analysis, attempting to unlock the meaning behind the cryptic descriptions of flashing metal parts and creatures with multiple faces. Some argue that Ezekiel's vision was a purely spiritual experience, a glimpse into the heavenly realm that revealed God's glory and power. Others suggest that it was a symbolic representation of the Jewish people, his journey through exile and their eventual return to the Promised Land. However, there is another perspective that offers a more intriguing possibility. What if Ezekiel's vision was not just a spiritual or symbolic experience, but a genuine encounter with extraterrestrial beings? This idea may seem outlandish at first, But when we consider the vastness of the universe and the limits of human knowledge, it begins to take on a new level of plausibility. After all, if there are other intelligent life forms out there, it is entirely possible that they may possess technology far beyond our own, including the ability to travel through space and time. In recent years, the debate surrounding UFOs has intensified, with numerous reports of unidentified flying objects being made by credible sources, including military pilots and government officials. While many of these sightings remain unexplained, some argue that they could be evidence of extraterrestrial activity. If we are to keep an open mind, then it is not unreasonable to consider the possibility that Ezekiel may have encountered something similar. Perhaps what he saw were not heavenly beings or symbolic representations, but actual extraterrestrials who had come from distant worlds to observe or perhaps interact with the humans on Earth. Imagine for a moment the impact that such an encounter would have had on Ezekiel and those around him. To witness something so extraordinary and inexplicable would have been both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The idea that there are other life forms out there capable of traveling to distant planets would have been revolutionary and could have changed their understanding of the universe and their place in it. While the idea of Ezekiel's vision being an extraterrestrial encounter is fascinating, it is important to acknowledge the challenges in proving such a claim. There are those who argue that the biblical account is too vague to be taken literally, and that any attempt to interpret it as a UFO sighting is a product of modern imagination. Furthermore, there is no concrete evidence to support the idea that aliens exist, let alone that they have visited Earth. Nevertheless, the possibility remains a tantalizing one, and has inspired a great deal of speculation and debate. Some have pointed to similarities between Ezekiel's description and accounts of modern UFO sightings, suggesting that there may be a common explanation. The idea that Ezekiel may have seen something like a UFO is intriguing to say the least, but it also raises important questions about the nature of belief and the limits of human understanding. If we are to keep an open mind, then it is important to consider all possibilities when interpreting ancient texts such as the Book of Ezekiel. While there is no way to prove that Ezekiel saw extraterrestrials, it is equally impossible to disprove. The idea that what he saw were UFOs is intriguing and deserves to be considered alongside other possible explanations. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to decide what they believe. The Book of Ezekiel is filled with vivid imagery and powerful messages that have resonated with readers for centuries. Whether viewed through a traditional religious lens or as a potential account of extraterrestrial contact, it offers a fascinating glimpse into the human experience of encountering the unknown. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the universe, it is essential to approach ancient texts with an open mind, recognizing that they may contain wisdom and insights that transcend our current understanding. The story of Ezekiel's vision serves as a reminder that the universe is vast and complex, and that there are things beyond our planet that we may never fully comprehend. Perhaps Ezekiel truly did see something otherworldly, a glimpse of the infinite mysteries that lie beyond our world. Or perhaps his vision was a metaphor for the human experience of seeking connection with the divine. Whatever the truth may be, the story of Ezekiel's vision continues to captivate and inspire wonder in those who hear it. Was it divine or something else entirely? We hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you thought of it in the comments section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.